Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I tell you what, folks, I've been watching General Hospital for years now, and just when you think the show can't surprise you anymore, it hits you with another twist that keeps you glued to the screen. The latest bit with Liesel really got to me. When that man calling himself Nathan West came back to town, Liesel, bless her heart, was over the moon. She was so happy and thankful, thinking her boy was still alive after getting shot back in 2018. You could see it in her eyes. She just wanted to wrap her arms around him, catch up on all the lost time, and make up for everything. As a dad myself, I know that feeling. There's nothing like thinking you've lost a child and then getting a second chance. It warmed my old heart watching her light up like that. But us longtime fans, we had a funny feeling right from the start that something wasn't quite right with this Nathan. He just didn't feel the same. Still, the show took its sweet time peeling back the layers the way these soaps love to do. And boy, when the truth finally came out, it was a classic General Hospital shocker. Turns out the man who came home wasn't Nathan at all. His real name is Cassius, Nathan's twin brother that nobody knew about. Can you believe it? Twins. Raised by their father, Caesar Faison, the same troublemaker who caused so much pain over the years. Liesel is going to have her whole world rocked when she learns the truth. I keep thinking how torn she's going to feel, happy her son has a brother, but heartbroken all over again that the real Nathan is gone. What really got me was Britt Westbourne's reaction. That poor girl knew about her big brother the whole time. No wonder she looked scared instead of thrilled when Nathan showed up. She wasn't being cold, she was terrified the secret was about to blow up in everybody's face. As a mother, she probably wanted to protect everyone, but secrets like that have a way of coming out sooner or later on this show. I gotta say, these kinds of stories are exactly why I keep coming back to General Hospital after all this time. They remind you that family is complicated, love hurts sometimes, but the heart always hopes for a happy ending. I'm dying to see how Liesel handles this bombshell. It's gonna be something else, I promise you that. But here's the thing that really tugs at my heartstrings the most. Right now, the only people who know that this Nathan is actually Cassius are Britt, Jen Sidwell, WSB Director Ross Cullum, and young Jocelyn Jacks. Liesel is still completely in the dark, going about her life with a grateful smile on her face, thinking her boy has finally come home to her after all these years. This week, from June 8 to 12, it looks like the truth is going to hit her like a freight train. Poor Liesel's whole world is about to be turned completely upside down. After everything she's been through, she never even knew Cassius existed. All this time, she believed with all her heart that she only had one son. Can you imagine how that must feel? One minute you're thanking the good Lord that your child is alive and back in your arms, and the next you find out the man you've been hugging and trying to make up lost time with isn't him at all. As a father who's raised his own kids, that kind of revelation would knock the wind right out of me. My heart just aches for her already. On top of all that family heartbreak, things at Windermere are getting even more dangerous and tangled. Director Cullum went and threw that poor woman he kidnapped back on Friday, June 5, into the same locked room with Jocelyn. Now you've got hostages piled up together, and the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. When Cassius finds out that his own mother is being held hostage right there with them, he's going to be absolutely furious. I can already picture the fire in his eyes. Whether he stumbles upon her by chance while he's visiting Joss, or that slippery Jen Sidwell spills the beans to him first, one thing's for sure, he's not going to be happy at all when he learns that Liesel has stepped in to take over Britt's research project. A mother stepping into her daughter's dangerous work while being held captive? That's a recipe for pure rage and worry all mixed together. From what the leaks are saying, in Tuesday's episode on June 9, Cassius is going to make some kind of big confession. The preview scenes already show him locked in that same room with both Liesel and Jocelyn. I keep thinking about that moment, how Liesel's face is going to change when the pieces finally fall into place. All those warm feelings she's been carrying around, all that hope and thankfulness are going to crash into the cold truth. It's going to be one of those heavy emotional punches that General Hospital delivers so well, the kind that stays with you long after the credits roll. You know, watching these stories unfold week after week always gets me thinking about real life too. Families are complicated, aren't they? Full of love, secrets, pain, and second chances that don't always turn out the way we hope. Liesel has already walked through so much fire in her life. My heart really goes out to her. I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat, just like the rest of us longtime fans, hoping she finds some kind of peace and strength when this storm finally breaks. These twists and turns are exactly why I've stuck with General Hospital for so many years. They feel messy and real, just like the families we all know and love. I can't wait to see what happens next, but I sure am rooting for Liesel to come out the other side somehow. But here's the thing that really tugs at my heartstrings the most, folks. All the signs are clearly pointing to Liesel finally finding out the truth, and when that hammer drops, it's going to be one massive shock that rocks her to her core. Just the idea that Nathan had somehow survived being shot back in 2018 was already enough to turn her life upside down and fill her with so much joy and gratitude. She was ready to hold on tight and make up for every single lost moment. But learning on top of that she has another son, a whole other boy who's been out there this entire time, raised completely by Cesar Faison of all people, well, that's going to hit her like a freight train she never saw coming. Can you imagine it? All these years she believed with every beat of her heart that she only had one son. Now she finds out there's been another one living in the shadows. As a man who's raised his own children and knows how deep a parent's love runs, that kind of revelation would break my heart clean in two. I feel for her so much already. She might eventually come around to understanding why this Nathan let Maxie Jones walk away like he did, but I reckon the pure shock of it all is going to drown out any clear thinking for quite some time. Liesl has already carried so much pain and loss in her life. One minute she's walking around Port Charles with a grateful smile, thanking her lucky stars, and the next, everything she thought she knew about her own family comes crashing down. It's the kind of emotional punch that these writers on General Hospital are so good at delivering, the kind that stays with you and makes you think about your own family long after the episode ends. And then there's the really complicated, messy part that makes my heart ache just thinking about it. Even if Liesl finds it in her heart to open her arms wide and welcome Cassius, to beg for a real mother-son relationship and try to build something from the ashes, it won't be simple at all. Because right now, he's part of the reason she's being held hostage. He's still following orders from Jen Sidwell and that WSB director, Ross Cullum. A mother and son shouldn't have to face each other through prison bars or under the weight of dangerous secrets, but that's exactly where this story has taken us. It's a terrible spot to be in, and I keep wondering how any woman could sort through feelings that tangled. From everything the leaks and previews are showing, Cassius isn't exactly the sweetest guy walking around Port Charles these days. He's got his rough edges and has made some choices that aren't easy to cheer for. But even so, you can see those little glimmers. He really does seem to care about his sister Britt and now his mother Liesl, even if he doesn't always know how to show it the right way. There's something human in him that keeps peeking through the darkness. The big question hanging over all of us fans right now is whether that protective blood will win out when it matters most. I'll tell you what, that's exactly why I've kept watching all these years. No matter how wild the plots get, they still touch something real inside us. I can't wait to see how Liesl handles this bombshell and whether Cassius finds the courage to do right by the mother he never knew. Whatever happens, it's going to be emotional, and I'll be right here on the couch, cheering them on with the rest of you. God bless these characters and the hearts they pull on every single day.